Do do do. Let's see what happens. All right. Now, see if anybody makes it on. And see if you can hear me. It's even more important. We'll see who makes it back. In the meantime, I need to get some weights done. I'm getting out of these. I'm just putting on my shorts. Alexa, what's the temperature?
In Sun City, it's 43 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can look for partly sunny weather with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 42 degrees.
Cool. All right. Who's made it back? Hey, Allie, do me a favor. Let me know if you can hear me. I think my microphone dropped out earlier. I pulled off the back of the connection from my blue snowball. Hi, you guys. Kind of hard to talk to everybody when they can't hear me. Can you hear me, Allie? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a, yes, I can hear you now. Help me out here, Allie. What is it the Sprint guy says? Can you hear me now? Yes. Yay! Your background sound should be good to go. Awesome. Thank you, dear. Hope you're having a great day. You know the 3 Z's? Have you met the 3 Z's? I'm sure you probably have. You know my monkeys. You know my monsters. Zeke. And Zoe. He's not even saying hello this morning. Come on, Zach. Say hi to everybody. Say hello to everybody. I do a small dog rescue. These are my 3 babies with special needs. So they will never go anywhere except be at my house because I am now dad. Zoe since 2007. Zachary since 2009. And Zeke since 2015. My babies. Anyhow, glad you could make it today. I'm getting ready to throw down some weights real quick. I gotta get it done. What is it? Yeah, I know. They're spoiled rotten too. I'm writing a dog book on top of the book that I published a couple of years ago. Basically to help people. They took me out of computer training when my back went out. And said, well, you're not going to do any more computer stuff, Mr. Fischel. It's just going to screw you up if you keep sitting around. So I had to make some changes. Anyhow, I'm just finishing up some quick stretching, and then I'm going to do some weights. If you have some light weights, you can certainly join me. It's like having your own personal trainer for free. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. My expertise is on losing weight, quitting smoking, managing diabetes, working with people that have chronic back pain, and general positive mental attitude. If you have any songs you like to hear, you like classical music, Allie? Every Thursday, do the same routine. Every Thursday morning. It's one thing the human body really tends to appreciate. Routines. Things that you do on a regular basis. Keeping a proper sleep schedule is one. Staying balanced, not being sleepy all the time, really comes in handy. Rolling the other shoulder. Who's come back on with us? Hey, King Kev. Hopefully you can hear me again. Allie says she can, so everything should be good again. I'm just stretching my shoulders right now, getting ready to do a little bit of weights. Shoulder rolls, just let them go naturally. Always feel good. To the front. Yeah, a gentleman came on earlier. He was 5'11", 161 pounds. BMI was 22, just where he needs to be. Unfortunately, he finds that he's tired all the time. So, one, I was asking him if he has a normal sleep schedule, a regular sleep schedule, and two, I wanted to know if he'd had his A1C tested, if he knew what his blood sugars were. One of the surefire signs of being pre-diabetic is being sleepy a lot. Hey, Lynn Chaps, glad you could make it. Anyhow, I have got to get my weights done before I go do my miles, which is going to be in about an hour. So you guys are going to have me for about another hour before I'm going to head out the door and go do my mileage. So hit me up with any questions you've got. It doesn't have to be on personal training or health coaching. Like I said, I cover a lot of chapters. I cover a lot of topics in Pushing Double Nickels. That's on Amazon. You can go look at the first 30, 40 pages right now. But yeah, pick a topic. I don't care what it is. Anything you want to talk about. You want to hear my opinion again on what I think about Trump trying to arm teachers in schools? I'll rant about that till the cows come home. The man is a menace, a mental midget. Personal opinion. Anyhow, I start off with my 25-pound dumbbells. I do 25 25s, as I call them, just to get things started. Now, I have both shoulders, so my form is not perfect, but the purpose and the intent, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Of course, you always feel the burn the most. 22, the last 5. 23, 24, 25. Guarantee you, when I looked like this, I wasn't doing any exercise program. No, maybe 12-ounce curls. Questions, you guys? Comments, theories? Hey, Kenny, what's going on? Questions, comments, theories, postulations, ideas, opinions. Hit me up, you guys. For me, I like the interaction. If I could put you guys right here sitting in chairs right in front of me for the eye contact, you'd be here right now. I prefer to talk to live audiences, which is one reason I'm on here right now. I like the interaction. I prefer to talk to groups, the bigger the better. I don't care if it's 200, or 2,000. Don't matter to me. I've got a whole chapter on public speaking in my book. Yeah. It's a talent. Anybody can develop it. And yeah, there are people that say they'd rather have a root canal than stand up and talk to an audience or talk to a group of people. All right, I understand when you first get started. And even now, after, I won't say how long that I've been talking to groups, you can still get the butterflies. You still get a little nervous. But once you are doing it, and once you're out there, and once you're everybody, you realize it's just a bunch of people just like you. And if you have something good information, good knowledge, good feelings, something good to share, then they appreciate it. They like it. You get that instant feedback, that eye-to-eye feedback when the light bulb goes off. Oh, that's awesome that you're talking about there. So I like that. I personally love that. And that's why with my clients, I really like, if they can be in person, that's great. But otherwise, at least on Skype. So on Skype, I can make them get up close and say, get up close, I want to see your face as we talk this. All right, so sometimes I do have to be a little bit strict, a little stern. But in the same vein, that's because they expect me to. Right? The people that do not need that kind of personal training, they don't need the Marine to come out in me. Okay, so they get the Scoutmaster instead. Right? The nurturer, the smiler, the person who will build them up, in a nurturing manner, as opposed to the person that's going to crack the whip. And I literally ask up front, what do you prefer? Right? You want me to be banging on your door once a week to make sure you're doing what agreed upon, because I put a contract in place with my clients, whether it's going to be losing weight, smoking cigarettes, getting rid of smoking cigarettes, whatever that we agree that they're hiring me for. We put together, all right, here's what we're going to do, and here's what you agree to do, here's what I agree to do, and here's our goal and how long we expect it to take. We do a SMART goal. That way, there's nobody surprises. Nobody knows everybody knows exactly what's going to happen, how long it's going to happen, what's going to go on, who's responsible for doing this or that. Right? And that way we get things accomplished. I've got people losing weight right now. I got somebody finished a 90-day cigarette smoking plan with. He's done. He's finished. First time in 20-something years he's not had a cigarette. And he's a happy guy. Very happy guy about it. So cigarette smoking, I help you do that for free. Right? Weight loss, any of the other things to get healthy, yeah, you're going to pay me. But I'm worth every penny. Right? Go to personaltrainingwithbrad.com, personaltrainingwithbrad.com, and just send me a message. If you're a YouNow fan, you get an hour for free on top of the initial consultation. So, hey, that's $35 just for clicking fan me. Beat that. Most of your personal trainers are, let's put it this way, they don't have the knowledge and experience. They haven't been there and done that already. So that gives me a major leg up, to say the least. Having been obese, having been a 30-year cigarette smoker, having type 2 diabetes, I'm a full-blown diabetic, and living with constant chronic back pain, I'm in the position where I can understand where people are coming to me. I have the empathy because I've lived it. I've, like I say, been there, done that. So to me, I'll be 59 here in about 6 weeks. To me, my goal is to live to 100 plus without, wearing diapers and drooling on myself, and helping as many people do the same thing as possible. Especially all you millennials out there. Good Lord, I expect you all to live to 100 plus without wearing diapers and drooling on yourselves. Happy, healthy, active. And to do that, we've got to get a hold of this diabetes crisis, and the obesity epidemic. Both of them right now. We are facing major issues. 2 years in a row, lifespans have decreased, you guys. Let that sink in a minute. 2 years ago, the average lifespan has decreased. For the first time in the decades and decades that we've been tracking it. For the first time, 2 years in a row. What do you think the cause is? Somebody guess. Right? There's a lady on CNN who, I watch CNN and NBC all the time. They were talking about it on CNN. She blamed it on one thing, because I knew she didn't want to look at the truth. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, we're losing 175 people a day to the opioid epidemic. That's horrible. I have friends caught up in it. But we're losing 1,500 people a day to the obesity epidemic and the diabetes epidemics. Almost 10 times as many. But that's being ignored. I don't hear any government agencies or anybody out there yelling, oh my God, let's throw some money at the obesity epidemic happening. No. But everybody's, biting their nails to the grind, to the stumps over the opioid epidemic. Yeah, that's an issue. But when you're losing 10 times as many people to something else, we can't ignore that. It's just dumb. I mean, the lady that said that the opioid crisis was causing the decline, right, in the lifespans, average lifespans, she's heavy. She's overweight, if not obese. So basically, she's in denial. Right? And she comes on and tells America a lie, a flat-out lie. There is no way just the opioid epidemic is causing lifespans to shorten. But that's what she blamed, because she's in denial. She doesn't want to look at the truth. And the truth is the obesity epidemic. That's what's shortening lifespan. The obesity epidemic, specifically. Because when you're overweight or you're obese, the likelihood of you becoming a type 2 diabetic increased tenfold, especially if you're obese. Your BMI is 35 or above. My BMI was 38 when I got hit with type 2 diabetes. 38. 252 pounds of me. All right? So I'm 46 years old, 31st year smoking cigarettes, 110 pounds heavier than I am now. And my doctor says, you're full-blown diabetic. And I knew, because of the symptoms I'd been having the months prior. Having been in computer training 25 years, I researched, what are these weird symptoms I'm having? Constant thirst, always sleepy, always using the restroom. My eyes went wonky. My vision changed. I mean, literally. You have some pretty strange symptoms when you go into full-blown diabetic, type 2 diabetes mellitus. So there I am, 46, 250 plus pounds, 31st year smoking cigarettes. The doctor hits me with type 2 diabetes. Had I done like this lady had done on CNN and just pretended that nothing was happening, I would have probably kicked it with a heart attack. Mom, probably almost 10, I'm guessing. Right around 50-ish. I would have probably kicked it in my sleep. 90,000 people die every night in their sleep. 90,000. 160,000 die every day. Those are just the numbers. But 90,000 during that 8-hour period. Why? Because when you dream, your heart will beat at the same speed as if you were awake and having that activity. So if you're getting chased by a monster in your sleep and your heart races up to 130, 140 beats a minute, but during the day, you're obese, you're sedentary, and your heart never goes up past your resting heart hardly, which is 60 to 100 beats a minute for anybody. Guess what? The odds of you having a heart attack while you're having a dream are way, way up there. So that's a good reason why 90,000 people are dying every night in their sleep during that 8-hour period, as opposed to the other 70,000 that are dying during the 16 hours when we're awake. Because when we're awake, we're not getting chased by monsters. We're not putting our heart through its paces. Our engine, our motor is deconditioned. Our heart is out of shape. Right? And if you suddenly got up in the middle of the day and you hadn't done any exercise and you were suddenly chased by a big, mean, nasty dog, right? And your heart suddenly spiked up to 130, 140 beats a minute and it's deconditioned, the odds of you having a heart attack are pretty darn high, especially if you're overweight, out of shape, sedentary, all of the nasty things that are causing our current obesity epidemic. So there it is, folks. I mean, bottom line, if you don't know what your BMI is, find out, because that's going to determine how long you're going to live. I'm not joking. Your BMI is going to tell me how long you're going to live. If I had stayed at a BMI of 38 and I was this heavy, If I had stayed at a BMI of 38, which was my BMI here, I wouldn't be around right now. I'm convinced. I'm quite certain. Especially if I had kept smoking the cigarettes. Yeah, I would have probably bit it some time ago. So for me, the fact that I'm just here to talk to you about this right now all comes down to the fact that I had to make the changes. I had to face the reality. Right? Unlike our friend on CNN who blames things on untrue things, like the Trump administration, we have to face reality. You have to face reality. Right? If you're one of those folks whose BMI is out of range, overweight or obese, obviously you've got to make some changes. There's no choice in the matter. Literally, there's no choice in the matter. Right? That is, if you want to continue living a happy, healthy, long life. You want to have kids, you want to have grandkids, you want to see grandkids, whatever. You want to live as long as possible. I've yet to meet a single person to tell me, well, I think 50 is enough. When I hit 50, I don't care if I die. I've yet to meet one person to tell me that. But that's the attitude I'm seeing. That's what's going on in the country right now. People are just eating whatever they please in whatever portions they want. They're putting on weight on average 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's what I'm seeing. One lady I just finished the diary with, she figured out she's putting on 2 to 3 pounds every month. Every month, 2 to 3 pounds. She's 70 pounds overweight and pre-diabetic. Well, we've reversed that now. She's now down almost 10 pounds, right? And this has been going on a month. So she's actually moving up a little faster. I don't recommend losing more than a pound or 2 a week. Seriously. You know, those stupid diet programs and diet plans and everything you see on television right now, they all promise the same thing. Lose weight fast. Wrong. You want to lose weight slowly, permanently, over time. You didn't get fat heavy. I mean, you didn't get heavy fast, right? I didn't get up to, that's 205 pounds. I didn't get up to 205 pounds and then 252 pounds fast. It didn't happen overnight. I didn't lose the weight overnight. Between 2005 and 2013, I took off 110 pounds. So it doesn't happen overnight. And if you want it to stick and not yo-yo, take off the weight, gain the weight, take off the weight, gain the weight, a la Oprah, then you have to make the long-term changes necessary so that you can keep the weight off, so that you have a negative energy balance instead of a positive energy balance. That simply means that you're putting in fewer calories than you're burning, bottom line. And I don't care if you eat health food. Too much food is still too much food, right? I don't care if you're eating health food every single day. If you're still putting in too many calories than you're burning, you're still going to be gaining weight. Every 3,500 calories additional, right, whether it's junk food or health food, mind you, it's easier to get those 3,500 additional calories from junk food, right, McDonald's, as opposed to salads. You have to eat a whole lot more salads to get 3,500 calories, depending upon what you put in those salads, to be honest. But double quarter pounded with cheese from McDonald's is about 500 calories. So 7 of those, right, that's 1 pound right there. Whether you're putting on additional 3,500 calories in a week or an additional 3,500 calories in a month, right, if you're putting on an additional pound a week, that's 50 pounds in a year. If you're putting on an additional pound a month, that's still 12 pounds in a year. Over 10 years, that's 120 pounds, which basically tells me how I got up to there and how I got up to there, 250 plus. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't get unhealthy overnight. So you're not going to get healthy overnight. But you have to start somewhere. You've got to take the first step. You can't just sit around and just because you don't have any symptoms of becoming overweight or any symptoms for becoming obese, because you don't get a sore throat or a runny nose or a fever because you're getting fat. There's no symptoms. At 46, I was 252 pounds, 31st year smoking cigarettes, fat and happy, literally fat and happy, until I started getting hit with those symptoms. the diabetes symptoms in January 2005, thereabouts. And they were weird. They were weird. So by May, when I finally had got my labs done, sitting with the doctor, and he confirmed what I pretty much already knew, I was a type 2 diabetic. Right? Bottom line is, I had to make some changes. And anybody who's in that position has to make some changes. There's just no choice in the matter. And now it's epidemic. It is literally epidemic. Out of 324 million Americans, 216 million need to lose weight. Let me say those numbers again. 324 million of us here in America. 216 million. 2 out of 3. 6% need to lose weight. Those are the folks who are also the 84 million who are on the pre-diabetic list right now. 1 out of 4 Americans are currently pre-diabetic. Right on the line. What does that mean? That means that you got a choice. Good news, bad news situation. If you don't know what your A1C number is, you better find out. If you don't know what your BMI is, you better Google it right now. Seriously. The BMI number is going to tell me how long you're going to live. Literally. I guarantee you, if you're overweight or obese, planning to live to 100 is not very logical. Seriously. Planning to live past 50 if you're obese is not logical. Right? Had I remained at a BMI of 38, beyond 46 years old, had I not started making some changes at 46, one, I would not have become a personal trainer at 56 and health coach at 56. Right? I probably wouldn't even be around. Right? I would have probably been one of those 90,000 people that kicks it in their sleep. I would have probably been one of the guys that had the coronary artery disease, CAD, that's killing most Americans right now. Leading cause of death. And the one that's most preventable, you guys. Seriously, look at me. I'm a 25-year IT guy in information technology. All right, I love computers, still do. All right, look me up on LinkedIn. My clients loved me, and I loved my job. But I let myself get obese, sedentary, deconditioned, and my blood sugars went to the point where it killed half my pancreas. Don't do that. Don't wait till your mid-40s. You guys all out there in your 20s and 30s and teens, you should be taking control of things right now. Not letting it get as bad as I let it get. Not letting your back get permanent damage, because that'll happen if you carry too much weight and you sit around all the time. Even if you just sit around all the time and you don't carry the weight, the human spine is not designed to be sitting around all the time. That's why 100 million Americans, 1 out of 3, suffer back pain. 1 out of 3, right? Including me. So I understand that completely. Anyhow, I got to get back and do some more weights. I'll sit here and talk at you all day long, if you let me. And thank goodness you do. If you have any questions, though, that's what I want to answer. I want to hear from you. What are your opinions on this? What do you think about the obesity epidemic? Do you know what your BMI is? Do you know what your A1C number is? Do you think you're pre-diabetic? Do you know what the symptoms are for being diabetic? My 35-pound kettlebell. I'm just going to work with this a little bit while I wait and see if you guys have anything to hit me up with questions-wise. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can join me if you have your own little kettlebell or anything that you can put up on your shoulder like this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice little pop. You can feel the vertebrae adjust themselves when you're doing this properly. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I try to start with my left. It's my weakest side. Somebody got a question? No? You guys are being too easy on me today. Hey, Kenny, what's your BMI? Do you know? 1, 2. Dan, how about you? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's always the last 5 that really gives you the burn. 23, 24, 25. Nice. Shake it out. One thing I love about the kettlebell is it allows you to change your center of gravity. So holding that 35-pound kettlebell up here and moving basically completely changes my center of gravity, moves it up. So I have to really have my hamstrings, my quadriceps, and my core adjust as that weight is being moved because my center of gravity has shifted. Bottom line is you're working a lot of different muscle groups with a kettlebell, especially if you're doing a wide range of motion exercise like that. Whew. All right, what are we up to next? Come on, you guys. What's next? Who remembers? You guys are being way too easy on me today. Challenge me. Hit me up with a question. Any question. Doesn't matter. You got me for about another 30 minutes. And then I'm going to go do my cardio. In the meantime, waiting for you guys to hit me up with some questions. Any questions, comments, theories. Curious. What do you guys think about Trump arming teachers in schools? Anybody have an opinion on that besides me? I think you already heard my opinion on that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Those ones always kill me. Got bursitis in both shoulders. Whew. But very, very good exercise for the entire scapulothoracic intersection. Your shoulder. I like to shake it out after that. Do a little bit of just let your arms go gently as you turn side to side. A gentle full body stretch this is. You can actually feel your vertebrae adjust and even hear a occasional crack, crack, crack as you do this. You can incorporate a leg twist with it if you really want to give the lower spine a little bit of extra twist. Just remember not to do this to the point where you're injuring anything. We're just trying to limber it, loosen it up, if you will. All right, we've done, these guys, come on. Does it get any cuter than this, you guys? Seriously. Here. No, I can guarantee you, if I said something like, do you guys want to go for a walk? That might get some attention. But they don't believe me. How about treats this morning? You guys ready for breakfast? Yes? No? Oh, wait a minute. We have movement. We have movement and yawning. Yawning and movement. Mm-hmm. Well, monsters. I'm currently writing a dog book, and it's the book coming out the end of this year. How you guys? Ooh. If you have any questions on dogs, hit me up. I do consider myself a dog expert. Like I said, I'm currently writing a dog book. We need to do a much better job taking care of these little guys compared to how we've been doing it so far. We're the ones who are responsible. We created the domestic dog, and we abandoned them in numbers that are absolutely shameful. Hi, you guys. Right? Curious, you guys have any formal exercise programs you do now? Any of you? You guys do anything right now for activities that get you off your butt? Anything? Tennis? Golf? Ping pong? Swimming? Bicycling? Tennis? You know, pick something. You know, do you do anything right now to just get off your butt and be moving? Because that seems to be the biggest problem we have in America right now is people being sedentary. I know, I was one of them. I understand. I got caught up in the crisis myself. All right, next we're going to do more with the kettlebell. Again, this is just a 35 pounder. They've got kettlebells out there up to, you know, I've seen kettlebells at 70, 80 pounds. I'm sure they probably got heavier ones, but my first kettlebell was about a 15 pounder. Then I moved up to a 20 pounder, I think. And then I have a 30 pounder right there. And this was the latest addition to the family. Just came in last November. I went and picked this up actually. My 35 pounder. Basically for me, it's just a matter of slowly building up my resistance routine. I have a short-term goals and I have long-term goals. I've got goals that I put in place monthly, goals I put in place annually, and I have long-term goals. Well, the next goal for my long-term is 11 years off. So after my birthday in April, I will have 11 more years on my long-term goal. You know, somewhere that I want to be, and by the time I hit the ripe old age of 70. And funny enough, that's only going to be 11 years away from me, coming up in April. Which also reminds me to remind you, most of you out there, if not all of you, are a lot younger than me. So I expect all of you guys to be in better shape, right? Sooner. Don't wait till you're in your mid-40s. Oop, barking spiders. Don't wait till you're in your mid-40s. Start getting your health in order. Sooner, the better. I move laterally on purpose. I want to get the inner and outer obliques as well as everything in the inner and outer pecs. You want to work the entire range of this. That way you're hitting all the muscle heads that you want to hit. Right, you guys? Need to stretch. When you're doing muscle building, even if it's just like me with light weights and high reps, the objective, obviously, is to make the muscles build, and make the muscles grow, to build them. But the difference between your short muscle fibers and your long-term muscle fibers, your short twitch and fast twitch and slow twitch muscle, is the difference between muscle endurance and muscle hypertrophy. In other words, building them up just to look good as opposed to building them up to be effective so that you're strong. You don't just look strong, but you are strong. That's the difference. Anybody can build up muscles fast, just, you know, the little short muscle fibers. I mean, and you do that and you go in the gym, you work your heavy weights, low reps, but that winds up with your what I call tennis ball syndrome, just that little bicep. And that doesn't do a whole lot for triceps. But long term, you want to have long muscles. You want your bicep to go completely from your shoulder down to your elbow, right? Your slow twitch muscle fibers, they're going to last you longer. They're going to be more endurance. Also, you can decondition as fast as 2 weeks. You stop doing weight training. In 2 weeks, you can start to lose the muscle mass that you build up. If you're having hypertrophy, where your just muscles are building up fast, you know, mostly water is going in there, that will go down even faster. So having your endurance muscles, your muscle endurance is going to be much better for you long term. If you're doing resistance training, I don't care if you're doing, 2 times a week, 3 times a week. Just make sure that you're giving yourself enough interval time between. You got to have the rest time between. Minimum 48 hours per muscle group. So if, like me, you do a full body workout, I do my weights every other day and then every other day. In other words, 48, 48, 72, 3 times a week on my rest intervals. That way I can make sure that I'm overdoing the muscles, but at the same time, I'm tearing down the muscle and allowing it enough time to rebuild. And that's the key, because that's exactly what you're doing when you're doing muscle building. That's what it's for. You're literally tearing the muscle fibers down, and then they build back up bigger to be able to allow you to do the continued endurance, the resistance training that you do. That's the entire point. All right, let's get some tricep curls in. Now be careful, you guys. Don't hit the back of your head. I've hit the back of my head a few times over the years. You don't want to do that. Just like when you're doing chucks and you do between the legs, you want to be careful with that one. Also, not to hit the back of your head. Tricep curls. Let's get 50 of these in. What do you think? And again, I move laterally. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 30, 40, 41, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 40, 50, 51, 52. I always throw in the extra 2. That way, over a year period, it's like you did a set. But you did, instead of doing the 50, I always do 52. It's also a numerological kind of thing. Let's get some more of this cran blackberry. What a great idea, cran blackberry. Whew. I can remember as a kid going blackberry picking in Virginia. We were stationed there. My old man was Air Force at the time. Switched over to Army, and we lived in Hampton. Beautiful area. In fact, my best friend from almost 50 years ago still lives out there. And we're our Facebook friends. But yeah, blackberries. Oh my God, so good. If you have never picked your own berries, I don't care if they're blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. If you've never picked berries and eaten them fresh off the vine, do so. Highly recommended. I've got fruit trees all around my house. I've got oranges, tangerines, grapefruit. right? All around my yard. They get plucked all the time. Wish I had some blackberry vines and blueberries to pick out here. We do have some pretty good wild strawberries that grow here in Southern California, but they're really, really tiny. So you'd have to eat like 1 million of them for them to be any good. All right, what am I up to on weights? We got about 15 more minutes thereabouts. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:46 a.m.
Yeah, about 15 more minutes, and then I'm going to be heading out to go do my cardio today. You guys got to get my miles in. All right. If I don't walk the walk, right, I can't stand here and talk the talk, right? If I still looked like that, nobody would be hiring me as a personal trainer or health coach, right? If I still had a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, nobody would be believing me on being healthy. You can't be healthy if you use tobacco. I don't care if it's cigarettes or if it's vapes, it doesn't matter. Right? Tobacco is tobacco. Right? You're not going to get healthy if you use tobacco, period. I have nothing against marijuana. I use it myself, have 44 years. And there's a big difference using something natural like marijuana and using something like tobacco, which has up to 500 additives added, and an alkaloid. I mean, tobacco leaf versus a cannabis leaf, the difference is monumental, absolutely monumental. So, tobacco, bad, bad, bad. I don't care what form you use it in, if you smoke cigarettes, if you chew, if you vape, it doesn't matter. Tobacco, bad. Say it with me, tobacco, bad. So, if you use it, I help you get rid of it if you're ready. I can't force you to. The best personal trainer on the planet can't motivate somebody to quit smoking. That's got to be here. You got to be ready to get rid of them here and here. Like me, right? 31 years hit with type 2 diabetes. I knew I had to get rid of the freaking cigarettes. I just knew I had to get rid of the cigarettes. So I did it. July 15, 2005 was my last smoke. Haven't had one since. I can do that. I've helped probably 50 people quit since then, just in the last about 4 years. So if you're ready to get rid of the cigarettes, free. Just reach out to me, any of my links. We'll Skype on it, we'll email it, text, whatever it takes. We'll get you off the freaking cigarettes. You need to lose weight, hire me. I'm worth every penny. Right? Let's put it this way. If I can take off 110 pounds naturally, no diets, no surgeries, right? Naturally, logically, slowly, over time, I now help other people do it. I got certified just to prove it. When I was in computers, I pushed all of my people to get certified. Microsoft certified, Novell certified, Oracle certified, Cisco certified. I pushed, I don't care how good you are on your network, or how good you are with your database, or how good you are with your computer skills. If you get certified and you have that certificate, it shows the people that you apply to jobs for, and when you want a raise in your company, you want to apply for a better position, that you took the time to back up your knowledge with a certification. So yeah, I lost 110 pounds. I quit smoking, but I went and got certified as a personal trainer and health coach so that I could say, yeah, I did it, but not only did I do it, I also got the proper education, training, and certification to help other people do it, so that I back up what I do and what I say. And it's one thing to go walk into a health club and, nothing personal, millennials, but walk up to a 25, 30-year-old personal trainer who's never been overweight, never had problems with smoking cigarettes, who's never been unhealthy a day in their life. What kind of empathy are they going to have for someone who walks in the door at 250 pounds and is a 31-year cigarette smoker? They aren't going to have a clue. They'll just smile at you and take your credit card and, here's what I can do for you. Right? Bottom line is, me, I have an advantage because I've been there. So, understanding somebody overweight, I've been there, done that. Understanding somebody who's still got a cigarette habit, been there, done that. I'm a diabetic, full blown, not pre. So I help diabetes. Back pain is permanent for me. They put me on severe and permanent disability because of it. Took me out of my computer training career because of it. I'm a personal trainer now because of it. And health coach. So, been there, done that kind of thing, you know. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get ready to get rolling. I'm going to finish my weights probably on my own because as I'm standing here talking to you, I'm not getting my weights accomplished. So I'm probably going to go ahead and get my cardio done first, then come back and finish off my weights. I got 4 miles and an hour of rock and roll waiting for me. And I look forward to it every single day, well, 6 days a week. What's the one thing that I want to leave you with a couple things today, but the most important thing, at least on the activity side, is remember being healthy is 75% your nutrition, what goes into your body, right? And 25% what you do with your body, your activity levels. That's the formula. 75% nutrition, 25% activity. That's the formula. And you can't ignore the other. You've got to pay attention to both. You got to pay attention to what you eat, more so the portion sizes. I know you're not going to run out there and suddenly stop eating fried chicken and pizza and burgers, right? You're not going to run up to the store after hearing me talk and go buy salads and rice cakes and tofu. You're going to keep eating what you eat. But what I want you to do is to start looking at your portion sizes. If you're overweight, and you know, if you're overweight or obese, you can look up your own BMI. You can go look it up right now. If your BMI is on the overweight or obese side, then you know. I don't have to tell you. You know. You've got to do something. You can't keep going that way. So, portion sizes. Like I said, even if you eat too much health food, doesn't matter, health food or junk food, too much is too much. 3,500 calories is still a pound of fat. Right? Doesn't matter if you're eating health food or junk food. It's just easier to put on a pound of fat eating junk food. It just takes a little longer eating healthy food. But if your portion sizes are still out of control, you're still going to gain weight. So bottom line is, I know you're going to keep eating the junk foods and the food you like, but let's see if maybe we can get small fries instead of a big fries, a cheeseburger instead of a double. Instead of getting 2 breakfast sandwiches, getting 1. Right? Slowly eating a tuna sandwich instead of a burger once in a while. Incorporating a salad in here and there. Slowly making changes so that you're not eating junk food all the time. And it could take years. It took me years to get to where I'm at now, and I still eat junk food. There's a reason it's called comfort food, because it comforts us. It makes us feel better. I love fried chicken, steak. That's my foible, steak. Cookies and cakes. My weaknesses, I swear. These, double quarter pounder with cheese, filet fish, fries, yeah. But every now and then. Not all the time. So, you can make the changes. You don't have to do anything drastic. You can just slowly start making the changes. Just start watching what you're eating, right? Beginning of next week, I'm going to be starting the food diary again. This week, I'm giving time off. I'm catching up with the people that are doing it right now. I've got a few Skype sessions going this week with them. But next Monday, I'm going to start the food diary again. That means that you can participate for a whole week with me and figure out, okay, gaining weight, how fast am I gaining weight, and why am I gaining weight? So the food and activity diary, it's a 1-week diary we do, that will help you start to take control. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to take control. You want to be in charge of your health and making it better. You know, and to do that, this is basically the first step, right, in my program. Anybody that comes to me to hire me, I'm going to want to know when you had your last physical with your doctor. I'm going to want to know what your blood pressure is. I'll take it. I'll find out what your blood pressure and heart rate is. But I want to know what your blood doctor says. Does your doctor say you got high blood pressure, low blood pressure? Are you on blood pressure meds? How's your cholesterol levels? Do you know what your cholesterol levels are? BMI, obviously, and you want to know what your BMI is. Your A1C, what are your blood sugars? Right? Are your blood sugars in line? How's your cholesterol? Are your cholesterol levels where they need to be? High, low, triglycerides? These are all numbers that I want to know before I take on a client to help them lose weight or quit smoking or anything. Because to me, working with their physician also gives me the opportunity to find out if there are any recommendations that they should not be doing, anything that their doctor says they should not do, or any recommendations that they should be doing. So when I put together a weight loss or an exercise program, and normally they're both together, when I put together a program, what I call a healthy living plan, an HLP, when I put together a healthy living plan for one of my clients, I already know going in what all their numbers are. I've already either discussed things with their doctor. I'm fully HIPAA certified as a certified professional. I work with people's doctors all the time, and all the information that goes on between me and a client and me and their doctor is strictly confidential, strictly private, just like any doctor or nurse. I'm under the same HIPAA regulations. Only ACE certified personal trainers and ACE certified health coaches are. NASM, any of the other certified personal trainers out there, if they're not ACE certified, they're not HIPAA regulated. Just so you know, we are the cream of the crop as far as I'm concerned when it comes to certified personal trainers and especially certified health coaches. That's a fairly new title. It's a fairly new position. To me, the health coach is like a personal trainer times 10. I had to be a personal trainer prerequisite to become a health coach. And that's basically what I do more than anything, because that means I'm helping people lose weight, quit smoking, get their diabetes under control, manage back pain, encompasses the entire individual, including the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the whole ball of wax. A health coach basically is as close to a life coach as possible, and I've been a life coach for a long time. But as a certified credentialed health coach, my job is to make you balanced. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, the whole person, right? The driver, the person who's behind the wheel, right? You need to be healthy, happy, etc., not just your physical form. But the driver has to be happy as the car needs to be. So anyhow, doesn't matter how old you are, 20, 40, 60, doesn't matter how old you are. Once you decide it's time to get your health in order and to become a better physical person, you can do that. No, I don't care how old you are. You just have to decide on your own. Is it time? Right? Or like me, wait till you get hit with a life threat, a life-threatening disease. Don't do that. Don't do like I did and wait till your mid-40s and the doctor hits you with type 2 diabetes to finally decide you're going to get healthy. Right? Too many people are also getting that news now and just crossing their fingers, not doing anything. Which is why, for 2 years in a row, lifespans have shortened. There are people dropping dead from heart attacks in their 20s and 30s right now. We just lost a lady, 44 years old, to issues related to that. I mean, the numbers are scary, you guys. Anyhow, I'm just here to let you know, you can make the changes. You can make things positive. Don't be one of the 90,000 people that pass away in their sleep every night. Right? I know I darn well would have probably been one of those had I stayed where I was. Right? So, you can do it. Every morning that your eyes wake up, just remember, you're ahead of 90,000 people. Yeah. That means if your eyes opened up, that means that you're still in the game. Right? You're still at bat. You still have the chance to make things better. Right? Don't be one of those people that's heart is so deconditioned, who's so overweight or obese that they have a nightmare that scares their heart into a heart attack. Right? Take control of it now. Right? The sooner the better. If you're in your 20s, if you're in your teens, right? The incidence for childhood obesity under 18 is 3 times what it was 20 years ago. Right? We have an obesity epidemic not just in the adult population, the child population as well. Even if you're one of those folks, you can make the changes. The sooner the better. Slowly, over time. Ignore the diet plans, ignore the television commercials, forget the surgeries. Right? You don't need any of that crap. All you need is a little bit of motivation to get off your butt and start making things a little bit better for yourself. Take the stress off your heart. When you start losing weight, a couple things happen. All right. One, your endocrine system, your pancreas, takes the pressure off. You're not having to pump out so much insulin to regulate your blood sugars. 2, you start taking off some of the pressure that you're putting on your ankles, your knees, your hips, your back. Because when you're carrying extra weight, that's exactly what happens. You put a lot of stress. You can wind up knock-kneed, you can wind up bow-legged. I mean, and now we're not even talking about the things that happen once the diabetes starts to set in. Right? Diabetes mellitus neuropathy. You don't want to know. Well, you do. If you're a diabetic, you want to know in advance. And of course, this is the one that I love the most. When you start losing weight, your brain sharpens up. You think clearer. Go Google it. When you start taking off some pounds, when you start reducing the amount of fat in your system, right? And fat flows through you constantly, right? It's in your blood. It's in it's what are called lipids, your cholesterol levels. When you start lowering those, when you start taking some pounds off, your brain functions better. You can actually think clearer. Just a couple of the things that really are positive about losing weight. So I'm going to head out, you guys. I got to go get my miles done. I hope I've at least educational, entertaining, illuminative, something. You guys have been real easy on me this morning, other than earlier a few questions I had. You guys have been very, very easy on me today. I'm not sure I appreciate it. I think I'd rather have you put me through my paces. I'd rather be answering questions that you guys hit me up with, especially personal matters. You know, and I like to help. Just in this last month, I've helped people that need to quit smoking, need to lose weight, have mental depression, have sleeping or disorders. I have helped an anorexic on this form. This is all on YouNow this month. And a gentleman who's having memory lapses at only 24 years old, memory lapses. I sent him straight to his doctor. That is an underlying, something is going on there more than meets the eye for him. But for me, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch me, listen to me. If I've been at all helpful, please fan me up so next time I'm on, and it will be tomorrow, you can tune in and join me. And I will also I'm going to be doing my rant until we get our gun laws under control. I will continue my rant about my personal opinion on the whole thing. Love to hear from you guys if you have an opinion on it. In the meantime, I want you guys to remember, every day is an opportunity to make yourself better. Just the fact that you wake up in the morning should give you the impetus to say, hey, it's going to be a good day because I'm still at bat. I still have the opportunity to make some changes. So when you have the, the impetus to make changes, if you need help, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. We're all here to help each other. And remember, all humans deserve respect. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care what color your skin is, what your religion. You know, people are people. And 99.9% of the people on this planet are awesome, loving, caring people. So let's treat them that way. You know, go out and smile at a stranger today. Say please, say thank you, say yes sir, say no sir. A little bit of common courtesy goes a long way, you guys. Anyhow, I appreciate you tuning in. If you have anything you need me for and I'm not online, reach out to me on any of my social links. I answer Facebook the fastest. So get up, get off your butts, get moving, and make it a great day. I'll see